Okay, hello everybody. I'm gonna do some strawberry tarts with the crumble stuff on top. Everybody's been bugging me about the crumble, and here's what I did. I screwed up. I thought that I was recording, but I wasn't. So let me tell you what's in that bowl. There's 1.5 pounds of brown sugar, and then there's approximately 1 pound of all-purpose flour, and 8 ounces of raw oatmeal, and then about a tablespoon of cinnamon. Okay, now to that we're going to add 3 sticks of butter. In that bowl right there is 2.5, well, it's actually 1 stick of margarine and 1.5 sticks of butter, and then I'm going to add another half stick of margarine, so it's a total of three sticks of margarine. Okay, so there it goes. You know, this recipe really isn't, you know, something that you have to be concerned about. You can put anything in here you want. What you do want to be concerned about is the texture of it, and I'll show you that in a minute here. But I mean, you could put in Rice Krispies, you could put in crushed up Cheerios, you could put nuts, you know, crushed nuts, walnuts, almonds, whatever you want. You know, there's a million things you could do with this. However, what you do want is that it's wet enough, that you have enough butter that that you'll be able to grab a handful of it and squeeze it and it'll stick together. But then you can also take your hand and wiggle your hand around and it'll crumble. Okay, so that's you know, that's what you're looking for, is the crumbles. It has to be, see, watch, see that? I just squeezed it in my hand and it you know, it made you know, a ball. Like, there you go. Okay, the sooner you learn how to do this, the better off you are, because that's like I said, it's something that I've been making for years, and I don't use a recipe for it. I just know what it feels like, you know. Also, I always make, you know, 3, 4, 5 times more than I need. And the reason is because after I'm finished here, I'm going to put the rest of it in the freezer. Then anytime you want to make something with a crumbly stuff on it, you just take it out, you know, and just use it. It's that simple. You know, rather than go through the whole thing again, just make some extra and put it in the freezer. Now, that stuff there is called streusel. Okay, remember when we made the strudel? Last time I said don't get it confused with streusel. Well, that's what that is in the bowl. It's a item called streusel. And, you know, like I said, you could use it on, you know, Dutch apple pie. That's what they put on Dutch apple. You could do, I mean, it's endless. You could do all kinds of stuff with this. Okay. All right. Now, those pie doughs are what I had left over from the last time. Remember I made the pie dough and I had 2 pieces left? Well, I put those in the freezer, and today I just pulled them out. And we're gonna use that extra pie dough. Okay, now look, you gotta find yourself some type of a cutter that will fit in those muffin tins. You know, I have the perfect thing. I've got these creme brulee ramekins. They're perfect. It's a perfect fit. Okay, there's one right there. Let me see here. I'm checking to see if it'll fit. And yes, it does. It's a perfect fit. Look at that. It goes right down in there. Whee! All right. So let me cut out 12 of these things, and we'll fill them up. Oh, the strawberries. What I did was you know, back when my produce place had strawberries on sale, I forget what they were. They were like $1 for a pint or something ridiculously cheap. I don't know how much. I can't remember. But I bought a whole bunch of them, and I threw them in the freezer. And I took them out. I put them in a pot and I boiled them. And then I added cornstarch to it and I thickened it. Okay, then I had to put it in the refrigerator to let it cool, because I'm not sure if you want to put hot, a hot ingredient into the pie dough. It might, it might cause you some problems. So I put it in the refrigerator for a little while and I let it get cold. Okay, now look, you see the extra there, the extra pie dough that we had. Anytime you cut circles, you're going to have extra pie dough. That's just one of the bad things. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this out a little bit. There you go. And I'm going to put that in it. All right. And keep rolling. Look at that. Now watch. There you go. I mean, it's completely incorporated in there. So there was no waste on that one. All right. We keep going and going and going. There is a little bit left at the end, but it's not much. It's just a little tiny bit. So I didn't do anything with it. Normally I'd bake it and then put some cinnamon sugar on and, but I don't know. I just didn't do that. I can't wait for these strawberry things. That's what the problem was. See, I didn't know I was going to get 12 out of them. I thought I would only get, 8 or so. But I ended up getting 12, so I'm going to fill every one of them, which is okay. You see what I'm saying? I kept them separated. Like I said, I didn't think I was going to get 12, but I did. So that's cool. All right, so there they go. I put a little bit of grease in the pan, in the muffin pans. A little bit, not much. Just enough to make sure that they were coming out. Okay, now here's the strawberries. I think, wait a minute, let me think here. I think that was 3 pints, I believe. I think it was. Man, I don't remember. It might have been 2 pints. I don't know, but I thickened it with like 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and then I let it cool. So, so that's that. Oh, I also added a little bit of sugar. Well, I added Splenda to it. Not Splenda, the other one. Stevia to it. But, you could add sugar if you're not on a sugar-restricted diet. Which I am, but I still eat sugar. I don't care. You got to die of something, right? Who cares? Okay, so anyway, there we go. We're going to fill these things up over here. Okay. And then we're going to put the topping on top, of course. All right. Let me just scrape this out because it needs every little bit that you can get out of there. Okay. All right. Now the topping, I believe, is coming up. Here we go. If you go to your produce store, you know what? I'm so spoiled with these guys. I don't buy anything from the grocery store. I don't buy any produce at all from the grocery store. Their stuff is junk. Man, I get tomatoes over there. These tomatoes are just unbelievable. They're great big beef steaks, and I mean they're vine ripe. They're not cooked. I mean they're not grown in a hothouse. They're quality. Everything is good. And like I say, when they get stuff cheap, they sell it for cheap. A grocery store, forget it. They're gonna try to rip you off as much as possible, and believe me, they do. I mean, there's such a difference in the produce stand, quality-wise. It's just unreal. All right, so there, I'm trying to shake off a little bit of that extra stuff, which didn't work, so no big deal. Okay, now that gets ready to go in the oven. I've got the oven set at 400, and I'm going to throw them in there right about now. There you go. See you later. Okay, and here they come. They're coming out. Man, they are so good. I had one with ice cream. Woo, baby. Vanilla ice cream. Oh, mama. Man, that's good stuff. All right, there you go. You know, I know one thing. You might be able to find this someplace else around town, but you're not going to find it any better than this. Look at how nice that is on the bottom there. You're not going to find it any better than this. And I got to go. I got to eat. See ya. Something like that. I got to go. I got to eat. I got to eat. I got to go. See ya.